Welcome back to KOTOR 2, here on Serious Gamer.
Nice outfit. What, you miners change regulation uniforms while I've been in here?
Shut up, pretty boy, and answer my questions. I keep those eyes up, and tell me who you are.
Atton Rand. Excuse me if I don't shake hands, the field only causes mild electrical burns.
Care to explain why you're locked up?
Security claimed I violated some trumped-up regulation or another. Take it up with them if you want. But they stopped listening to me shortly before they stopped feeding me. Now that's criminal.
The facility's deserted. What happened here?
You mean before or after that Jedi showed up? Either way, it's a real short story. You see, this Jedi shows up, and you know what that means. Where there's one Jedi, the Republic will soon be crawling up your ion engine in no time. But the story gets better. See, some of the miners get it into their ferrocrete skulls that since the Jedi's unconscious, they can collect the bounty the exchange has posted for live Jedi. Well, what passes for the law here didn't like that idea. So the two groups started fighting. Then there was some big explosion. I was sitting here for a long time. Then you showed up in your underwear and things got a lot better.
A lot better, huh? How about I, stab you to death? There's a bounty on captured Jedi. Why?
Don't know much about it. Maybe the exchange wants one as a trophy, or somebody's got something against Jedi and is looking to collect. Not many Jedi left. Wouldn't surprise me if the bounty's pretty high.
Not many Jedi left. What happened to them?
The ones that weren't killed in the Jedi Civil War ended up switching off the lightsabers long ago. Word is there's not even a Jedi Council anymore, but who knows?
The stories I heard were of the Sith, not the Jedi.
Yeah, Revan, Malak, and the Jedi that went to join them in the Mandalorian Wars. They turned against the other Jedi and had a scrap that almost laid waste to the galaxy. Where have you been?
I've been away since the Mandalorian Wars.
Well, I wasn't there, but like all Sith, Revan and Malak turned on each other. After they turned on the Jedi, of course.
I was led to believe that Revan saved the Jedi and the Republic.
I guess. There's rumors all over space about it. All I heard was Revan returned to pay Malak back for trying to kill her in the first place. You know women.
How long have you been in that cage? Revan was a man, not a woman.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I just hoped Revan was a woman.
This discussion about Revan is pointless. I need to know what happened here.
Look, not like your half-naked interrogation isn't a personal fantasy of mine, but... Hey, wait a minute. You're that Jedi the miners were talking about. Where is everybody?
I don't know. This facility seems abandoned.
The miners can't all be gone. But if they are... Look, hey, let me out and I can help you. I can. I've gotten out of trouble countless times.
Tell me your plan and we can go from there.
This facility isn't a military installation, which means we may have a chance. You shut down this cell security field and I can reroute the emergency system so we can get to the hangars. We grab a ship and then we fly out of here.
One thing's first, the patients in the medical bay were killed with a lethal dose of sedatives. Know anything about that?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Wanted to know if you knew anything, and you don't.
So you done interrogating me, or are we gonna work together and try to get out of this mess?
I trust you, and if we work together, we may be able to get out of this mess.
Great. Now to business. Let's get to the command console.
Alright, let's go.
Alright, here we are. Now this console is set on automatic hail. You may have heard it when you came in. The asteroid drift charts are constantly being updated, so it sends out a transmission to incoming vessels so they don't get crushed into space dust. The hail warns them to keep their distance until orbital drift charts are transmitted, and then provides docking instructions to incoming ships, usually freighters. Thing is, you can bounce that same transmission back to the comm here, and suddenly you've got access to the communication system from the inside. Pure pizzazz. The console's ours. Now, all we need to do is reactivate the turbo lifts, cancel the emergency lockdown. Hey!
Sounds like you're about to tell me something I don't want to hear.
This system's been severed from the main hub, after it was locked down from remote. You can't even reroute the system, it's been cut clean.
That wouldn't be a standard procedure in an emergency lockdown.
Someone tried to lock down this whole level tight, and leave us here. Trapped.
Is there anything else we can do with this console?
I doubt it. All we have is communications back. For all the good trying to shout in a vacuum will do us.
Can we contact the miners?
We could try. But if the miners were trying to trap you up here and probably kill you, why not call them and chat? I don't think a friendly call is going to wake them up.
Yeah, you'd be surprised, Atton. Let's see if we can try and reach someone on the comm.
Be my guest. Not much else we can do. The comm's all yours. Found anything?
Nah, it's still looking, I'll be back. Okay.
Tracked the freighter in. Was lucky it wasn't destroyed when it drifted into the asteroid field. Not much on board. One damaged droid, one annoying protocol droid, and a lot of bodies. Sent the survivor to medical and the others to the morgue. Didn't recognize the ship's ID code, so we transmitted it to the Republic for some answers. Questioned the protocol droid about what happened. Says his master, the survivor, I guess, was on the Republic ship the Harbinger when it suffered an engine failure. He says the survivor was a passenger on the vessel and a Jedi. If so, that's gonna mean
Yeah, trouble.
Inventoried the bodies and cargo. Everything matches the protocol droid's story. The T3 droid had seized up, so we left it in storage in standby mode. Don't know what code will access it. It could be it's voice activated for all we know. We put the protocol droid to work in maintenance, sorting the mining droid comm routines and updating the recognition sensors. And to shut him up. When the survivor recovers, hopefully we can get him off this station before there's
Yeah.
trouble between the work shifts. Word of the Jedi leaked out and the miners aren't sure what to do with her. Quarter's mining crew wanted us to collect the creds for the bounty the Exchange has on Jedi, but I put a stop to that. We're contacting Telos to get the Republic records on the Jedi, but nobody will know word from the Republic. But I've sent out a broadcom transmission for records on this Ebon Hawk. One of the miners said it used to be a smuggling vessel. Accidents are making the miners restless. The droid behavior course must be undergoing some kind of binary decay. 2 miners were drilled by a droid's mining laser, and those blasts in the ventilation tunnels nearly caused the whole facility to blow.
Okay, return to main functions, access comm system, dormitories, hangar bay 25. As you access hangar bay 25, there is a series of low-pitched whistles and beeps. It sounds as if there's a utility droid on the other end. Yeah, T3. Can you read me? Do a diagnostic. Yeah. Are you operational? We're trapped up on the administration level. Can you unlock the turbo lifts? Is there some other way out of here besides the turbo lifts? I'd rather risk it than be trapped up here. Okay. So I got T3. I might need to lower the difficulty just to be able to hack properly. Alright, there's a sonic grenade right there. Repair kit. Oh, that worked. Except that this isn't the door that I actually want. Alright, that's the door I actually want, and I need explosives to be able to open that door. Okay. Okay, there's 2. That's Ebon Hawk. There's an HD texture mod that makes it look better. At least on the outside, certainly. Inside, it's a bit tricky. I don't necessarily like the dark look of the Ebon Hawk. But the white doesn't really work very well, does it? Alright, this droid right here. Alright, I don't need parts to repair the console. And I'll need an explosive in order to open this place up. Sonic detonator. I need a mine, not an explosive, in order to really open anything up. So, for some reason, I actually didn't... whatever. There we go, mining droid destroyed. Droids really get a buff in this game. I mean, HK is pretty much a beast in the first game if you get the gear for him, but the second game really makes droids a lot more viable. I mean, the problem with the first game, well, there's a lot of problems in terms of the design of the first game. Alright, so the fuel depot. There's some components there. Alright, 2 lasers. Okay, broken droid. Alright, I have 5 repair kits. Let me just use 1, and up we go. For what's coming, I need to get... I'll need to be full HP. Tiny droids whittle shields. Not that that really matters all that much. T3 is more than capable of looking out of itself. Wait, am I actually on the proper difficulty? Yes, I am. Very good. Time to go up. I think you get less experience if you're playing on a higher difficulty level, but what do I know? So, let me save, plant the mine. Skill too low. Well, screw that. I'll try not to change the difficulty too much, but for the sake of things like this in an early area, yeah, I'm perfectly willing to do it. What am I here for? Well, chemicals, credits, and computer spikes. Which I believe I actually need, if I'm not mistaken. Regardless, though. Okay.
A lot of cargo from the Jedi's freighter is being stored in the secure cargo hold until we can pass it through the quarantine checks. And as requested, all the programming spikes the security officers wanted confiscated have been stored there as well, to prevent further system compromises. The secure cargo hold should be safe enough. If anybody wants to break into it, they'd have to blow it open with explosives. Who ordered the mining droids to repair that Jedi's freighter? I come in here off the work shift and 3 of them are repairing the port stabilizers? Did I miss something? Is somebody planning a trip? Because orders were that the hangar was to be locked down ever since that Jedi arrived. I don't know what maintenance is up to, but you can't just commission droids for repairs, especially with half the work shifts in medbay. Those droids are needed to repair the ventilation tunnels before gas builds up to terminal levels. It's not like that ship can go anywhere anyway. Even if it had the asteroid orbital drift charts, the navicomputer's been voice-locked. You'd need the access code to get it spaceworthy. Considering this latest droid commission breach, I'm putting the droids in this section under the control of the current dock officer. If anyone sends commands to the mining droids outside this terminal, I'll be forced to enact full override. Looks like those droids got the vessel working again, even with all the damage it had taken. The maintenance officer still won't admit ordering them to fix it, though. Regardless, still no luck accessing the navicomputer. It's been voice-locked. Maybe by one of the corpses we found on the ship, like the old woman. If so, that ship isn't going anywhere, unless we rip out the navicomputer and put in a new one, if we even had one to spare. The only reason someone would lock their navicomputer is to hide their astrogation charts. Someone didn't want us to know where that ship was going, or where it had been. Only smugglers do that, or someone with something to hide. That Jedi's got a lot of questions to answer.
Alright, Hangar 25 cannot be opened. So I'm going to the fuel depot in order to open the way. Or in order to open the emergency turbo lift to the mines. Okay. Come on. Come on, buddy. You can do better than that. I wonder if this experience is shared between companions, though. Droid impact armor. Alright, time to... Oh, damn it, I should have... I've got the security tunneler though, but I forgot. Oh wait, no, I didn't actually forget to set it to difficulty again. Alright, the fuel depot. And a way forward. I've installed a number of mods. I think I'll link them all in the description of this video. But the main ones obviously are the Sith Lord's Restoration mod. Peragus is not necessarily the bad. You know, people like to complain about Peragus. I don't think really it's Peragus that's the problem. The problem is that it takes so long to actually get any companions outside of Atton and Kreia. Alright. Okay, T3, you're just fine, I guess.
So, how long have you been a Jedi? Must be tough, you know. No family, no husband.
No tougher than enduring your false sympathy while you're staring at my chest.
Hey, I wasn't trying to...
Yeah, sure.
Hey, what do you know? A little cargo cylinder came through.
We'll see. I don't believe we're out of this yet.
If he got the turbo lifts working, then we should have a clear run to the hangar.
We don't have a clear run to the hangar. All that's open is the emergency hatch.
Wait. Don't tell me you're taking that hatch down into the mining tunnels. Are you? That explosion I heard came from below. There's probably nothing down there except superheated rock and collapsed blast tunnels. You'd be an idiot to go down there.
Maybe, but that's the only way out. Then it's better that I risk my life than yours.
You're either really brave or really crazy. Or both. Alright, I'll try to monitor things from up here. And be careful. The only thing moving down there is likely to be mining droids, so don't be playing hero too hard. Not that I care what happens to you or anything. I just don't want to be trying to get off this rock by myself.
How nice, Atton. Got it. See you soon.
I'll keep the comm link open. I may be able to guide you through the tunnels from up here. Don't know if the signal will hold if you get too deep, though.
I need speed. Okay, so the tunnel is back the way we came. Could have repaired, I suppose. Could have not destroyed the robots, I suppose. The droids. But I think the experience is worth it more than the parts you can possibly get off of them. but that's my personal perspective. Alright, let me see my character here for a second. Okay, I only have 1 demolition skill. I get a bonus of 2, though. From what do I get a bonus of 2 exactly? How do I get the bonus of anything, really? Bonus 1, 2, 1... Oh, it's, I think it's, intelligence? I believe so. Or maybe it's some defeats. Either way, it doesn't.
Can you read me?
Barely, there's a lot of static.
There's a lot of interference down there, probably caused by that explosion. Still, it looks like there's a route down to the Peragus fuel depot.
Sure.
The passages haven't collapsed. That explosion knocked out most of the sensors. There should be an emergency crate in the next room. Watch yourself. There's a lot of droid broadcasts in that area, but I can't pin them down.
Or I'll be careful then. If you detect anything, signal
Will
me.
do. And be careful down there.
Yeah, I'll be fine. I should be able to deal with the mining droids with relative ease until their numbers get too great. Okay, let me see about this. Awareness, resistancers. Okay, then Peragus mining shield. Safety harness, okay.
Find the emergency supplies?
Yes, and it looks like there's some clothes in here.
Damn it. I mean, good to hear it.
Shut the
No
fuck
sense in
up,
you running
Atton.
around half naked. It's distracting. I mean, for the droids. Look, there may be some survey gear and a safety harness inside the crate, too. The miners wear them when staking claims on the asteroids. The survey gear is designed to spot and protect you against sonic mines, and the safety harness can be helpful if you try to disarm them.
There's a kind of mining energy shield in this crate, too.
Yeah, it's like a military-issue energy shield, except it's designed to protect the miners against lasers and heat. Should work against the droid mining lasers. It won't last forever, and certainly not against multiple laser hits. But it may buy you some time if you get ambushed by a battalion of droids.
How comforting. Tell me how it works.
Just equip it on your wrist, and then you can activate it like a med pack. Again, it won't last forever, so make it count.
Got it, let's go.
Just one more thing. I've narrowed down some of the ID signals, and if the numbers are right, you're sharing those tunnels with a battalion of mining droids.
I can handle it. Just guide me out of here.
There's gotta be some central controller down there. See if you can find a terminal by the main access shaft. That'd be governing intelligence.
Alright. Components, parts. Okay, time to go into the mines.
Watch where you step. I'm picking up a lot of sonic mines down there. Don't run unless you have to. It makes them harder to spot. If you have any skill with demolitions, you might be able to recover them and use them against the droids. That is, if you have...
You know what? I really don't care. Why are there so many charges down here?
Those mining droids, especially the excavator models, are designed to arm and set sonic charges for mining. Chances are if they still had charges after they went rogue, then they may have set them to try and kill the miners. And you. If you see one of those excavators, watch out. They may use their undeployed charges as projectiles.
I'll do that. You can tell him to fuck off, basically, with his advice. I'm tempted. Well, that didn't go so well. It's not gonna work, is it? Well, very well then. Reactivate the droid. Engage the droid in patrol mode. Leave it alone. I can optimize its weaponry, its defenses, anything, but that's not, doesn't need it. See what I mean? Go on, my precious, go! Come on! Okay, this is a bad thing. Here it comes. Run, my precious, run! It would be nice if you actually had to optimize it to be worth a damn, but you don't. Oh. I'm not getting close to that maintenance droid. That's why. That's an advanced mining laser. I guess I can fight them with ranged weaponry, why not? Not that I really have the skill for it, but I suppose it's better to use a blaster than to get in close. It's strictly necessary, but it might be a bonus. It's generally better to go on a melee build, by the way, in these games. Just there are certain people that are quite capable in terms of like range builds and all that. Okay, I am not going more demolitions. I only got 1 point in it, so I could place mines whenever I need them. All right, repair. Maybe a bit more. I don't think I need persuade at the moment. Okay, what can I get? Give me a second.
Watch out. That explosion has superheated the tunnels ahead. That steam will cook the skin off your bones. If you can find a mining energy shield, switch it on.
Yeah. I'll do that. Hold on. Let's go. Having the demolition skill should allow me to at least disable them. Alright. What's the key to switching stuff? Hold on, let me see the key binds in this game. Key mapping. Activate mine. Switch what happens is H. Alright, I'll use a blaster unless I really need to switch for the sake of melee. I don't need to pick up these mines, they're pretty useless. The average ones, I'd pick up average mines, deadly ones of course. There's a body up there. Adrenal strength, Peragus mining shield, energy shield, adrenal stamina. Okay, very good. In this game, unlike the first one, this game is actually designed around the idea that you have all of these goodies.
You're getting close to something big. I think it's the main ventilation shaft. If so, the central droid controller should be somewhere nearby. Keep an eye out for it. I'm picking up a lot of droids. If you still have a mining energy shield, I'd equip it and switch it on.
I don't think that will be necessary at the moment. There aren't just mining droids down here, there's sensor balls too.
Sensor? It must be maintenance drones. Watch out. Those little pests will try to repair the mining droids if you don't gun them down first. Still, it's odd they're still active after the explosion. They don't have the same shielding as the mining droids. Be careful of those droids. I don't like this.
Alright. I think the shields they have are mining shields, so they don't actually work against melee. Probably not, by the looks of it. Okay, security tunneler, medpack, components. Fine. I think I have enough computer spikes to... Well, I did... Okay. Access camera function. Alright. Reassign droid mining protocols to mine sealed doors. Yes, continue, please. Add other droids to droid mining protocols. Okay, return to main function. Access field containment. No, wait.
Everybody here? What's up, Kurta? We're supposed to be sinking fuel siphons into the 3218 asteroid shelf right now.
Forget the siphons. You know that survivor they pulled from the freighter? One of the miners said they served with her on Malachor 5.
Malachor 5? So she's one of the survivors? Or worse, a Mandalorian. So what?
Not a survivor, idiot. She's one of the Jedi from Malachor 5.
If she's one of the Jedi, hell, we can't have her walking around here. She'll... Well, I don't know what she'll do.
I thought all the Jedi were wiped out in the Civil War, weren't they?
Guess they missed one. But it gets better. I did some checking, and that bounty on Nar Shaddaa is still live.
What? You want to sell the Jedi to the exchange? Kurta, have you been chewing spice?
Look, you know how big that bounty is? That Jedi's our ticket off this rock.
Gorda, there's no way the officers will go for that. They'll lock us up for sure.
Then we'll improvise.
Alright, shut down the containment fields so I can deal with the droids. We'll start promptly fighting each other as well. Okay. Come on. Whoa, this guy's a tough one. It still dies. I guess those sonic grenades would be pretty useful at this point. Some experience here and there. Well, that's why I turned them against each other. Okay. Right. I think I need better keybinds for my abilities, instead of clicking everything. I'm not going down there.
Yeah, I'm picking up some strange readings. What are you doing down there?
What are you talking about?
The containment fields in the mining tunnels are shutting down. You need to get out of there before they vent fuel to the surface of the asteroid through the tunnels.
How much time do I have?
I may be able to keep it contained until you get the turbo lift to the fuel depot, but not for much longer. I'm locking down the turbo lift to the administration section now to keep the blast from spreading. If you've got anything left to do down there, make it quick, because where you are is going to get real hot real soon.
Alright. So I'm gonna go the other way. Just to collect all the resources. What was that noise? Upgrades for my items. Sonic grenade, components. Time to get the hell out of here. Just weave in between the mines, pick up the remains, destroy the droid, just to easily flurry. Let's see here. Come on. Really? Fine. There we go. It's the only way to open it, really. And I want whatever in here. This is really a tutorial section. Sonic detonator, neural band. Okay, time to get the hell out of here. Well, so that's the guy in charge of maintenance. He did a poor job, so he's dead. Whoa, 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 buddy.
It is a pleasure to see you alive, Master, provided my receptors are not off focus. How may I be of assistance?
Initiate the assassination protocol. Self. How about that? HK 50. What is it, 51 or something like that? How do you know me? I'm not your master.
Answer. I am a survivor of the Harbinger, just as you were, Master. With the unexpected termination of my previous master, you are the only organic which I may now serve.
Who was your previous master?
Answer. The captain of the Harbinger, Master. I was in transit to Telos to facilitate communications and terminate hostilities. However, we did not arrive at our intended destination.
What happened?
Irritated answer. Oh, Master, it is such a long, dull story, and not terribly relevant to our current situation.
For a droid, you don't take orders too well. Now tell me what happened.
Hesitant explanation. That has been the subject of considerable discussion since our arrival here, Master. Many have attempted to claim you and this unit as salvage. I was crudely interrogated concerning our brief history together on board the Harbinger, before its communications, weapons, and engines suffered the cascade failure that disabled the ship.
How come I don't remember any of this?
Speculation. It is possible you were incapacitated and locked in the well-shielded cargo compartment as the Harbinger was being systematically crippled, Master.
Locked?
Clarification. By locked, I meant sealed, Master. My vocabulator seems to be malfunctioning.
You said I was incapacitated. when all this was going on.
Clarification. Yes, Master. No doubt the flurry of destruction on board the Harbinger somehow drugged you into a stupor from which you could not awaken. Most curious.
You know, the first time I played Knights of the Old Republic 2, I had not played Knights of the Old Republic 1. Yes, I played the second game before the first one. And that actually made this section much more mysterious and intriguing. This is an assassination droid. This is HK line of droids. What the hell do you think this is? Some friendly protocol droid? You are not C-3PO, and if you were C-3PO, I'd cut your head off and burn you alive. Throw you in the lava of Mustafar. I mean, seriously. I get it. C-3PO is comedic relief, but they haven't really done a good job with him, really. He was always fucking annoying anyway. Who cares about C-3PO? R2-D2? Yep, different affair. Anyway. Drugged? What do you mean by drugged?
Placation. Merely a turn of phrase, Master. The implication that your state was due to the result of ingesting large quantities of Juma juice was unintentional. I meant to communicate only that you were somehow rendered unconscious before you were locked securely in the cargo hold.
There, you said locked again.
Clarification. By locked, I meant sealed, Master. My vocabulator seems...
But how did I get from the Harbinger to here?
Recitation. Following the unusual set of coincidences that led to the cascade failure in the Harbinger's systems, we were boarded by a small freighter with unknown ID codes. It appeared that this freighter had been attacked, and the captain wanted to study it. This freighter appeared to be still spaceworthy. Your cargo compartment was breached, and you were taken on board the freighter shortly before the Harbinger's systems began to go critical. I, too, managed to board the freighter before the Harbinger's destruction. We were most fortunate to have survived, Master.
Any idea who had attacked the small freighter?
Evaluation. Master, I do not know. Judging from the damage, it had been attacked by a much larger vessel. And when it attempted to escape the Harbinger with you on board, it was fired on again. Addendum. It does seem odd that such a small vessel has a high probability of attracting the attention of much larger vessels. Not a welcome trait in a freighter, to be sure.
What was this freighter that brought the Harbinger brought aboard?
Explanation. I believe it was a smuggler's vessel by the name of the Ebon Hawk. Speculation. As to its purpose, I do not know. Perhaps it was always its intention to play dead, then kidnap you off the Harbinger and rob me of my bounty.
Bounty, huh?
Clarification. By bounty, I refer to your life, Master. It would pain me to see you damaged in any way. That is why the arrival of this Ebon Hawk caused me considerable distress.
Why did the Ebon Hawk come here?
Apology. My memory core cannot provide a clear answer on that point, Master. Suffice to say that once we arrived at this floating rock, our situation became much clearer.
How so?
Explanation. Despite my market value, Master, the miners were far more interested in you. It did not take long for me to ascertain the reason for this. While an HK protocol droid is a valuable piece of property, Jedi are worth much more in certain exclusive markets across the galaxy. Painful admission. I must confess to feelings of inferiority at the speculated difference between my value and the price for your capture. I was forced to remind myself it was not due to a failing of my model or function, but because you were a Jedi.
How did they find out I was a Jedi?
Surprised answer. Why, I told them, Master. You are the exiled Jedi who served with Revan in the Mandalorian Wars, are you not? I hope all that has happened has not been the result of a miscommunication. If so, then the problem lies with the core word databases, which are notoriously spotty.
That information wouldn't have been in Core War databases, only in Jedi archives.
Indignant exclamation. Master, I am only a protocol droid, but it is part of my function to know such information and relay it to any interested parties in the interests of terminating any potential hostiles.
Potential hostiles?
Quick clarification. Apparently my vocabulator has suffered some damage, Master. I meant terminating any potential hostilities.
I see. Go on.
Answer. All that has happened has been because they believe you to be a Jedi, Master. They debated what to do with you as you lay unconscious in the medical bay. One group seemed intent on selling you as property. The other group opposed this.
Then what happened?
3 standard hours after the division between the miners became apparent, accidents began to occur throughout the facility. A result of improper maintenance, I believe. These accidents coincided with the degradation of the mining droid behavioral cores. Crude models are prone to such failures, resulting in murderous rampages. The mortality rate of organics in the facility rose quickly.
So, what happened to the rest of the miners?
Many miners began to join you in the medical bay as a cascade of flawlessly timed detonations occurred in isolated gas pockets in the lower levels of the facility. The explosions herded the miners into emergency sections of the station, quickly and efficiently cutting them off from communications and facility control. But sadly enough, not the ventilation systems.
Sadly enough, what do you mean?
You see, the explosions had damaged specific sections of this facility's ventilation systems, causing a slow, lethal buildup of toxic fumes in the dormitory level.
Are you responsible for all of this?
Defensive answer. Master, I am a protocol droid, not a well-crafted assassination droid of unrivaled sophistication. To have carried out the actions that took place here would have required an unusual set of skills. It is highly unlikely I possess the knowledge of how to reprogram the memory cores of base worker-class droids into killing machines, let alone to terminate the organics at this facility, utilizing only Aerotech 500 series laser mining drills and explosives fashioned from proton missile cores.
Well, I think that you are responsible.
Admission. I cannot and will not attempt to change your mind, Master. I would urge you to consider that your Kolto tank treatments may have caused some disorientation.
Do you know who administered sedatives to the Kolto tanks in the medical bay, killing the incapacitated miners?
Conjecture. The administration of a large dose of sedatives over a short period of time would likely prove fatal to miners, although not to a Jedi. For a Jedi, it would simply render them unconscious for ease of transport. Quite inventive.
Is that pride I hear in your voice?
Answer. I was merely commenting on the idea itself, Master, not the execution of the idea. Though that, too, was inventive. Besides, Master, those miners intended to murder you, or worse. Any complaints they would have at being murdered would be the highest form of hypocrisy.
I think the sound volume is a bit too loud, so I'm just gonna lower the music and that should do it just fine. Hold on. Okay, so we know our HK assassination droid buddy just killed everyone on the station. Oh, you think I'm gonna dance around this or no? I'm gonna go full on fucking spoilers. If people are bothered by that, it's a game that's over a, what, a decade old, decade and a half close to it. So, though obviously I'll deal with it here now as opposed to the things that might happen. I could build a vibro sword. Let's see. Actually, hold on. No. No, let's see to... No, not upgrade, create. Alright, I got to affect mind for the sake of persuasion. Oh yes, mind control.
Greeting. It is a pleasure to see you intact, Master.
Okay.
Greeting. It is a pleasure to see you in... Greeting. It is a...
Have you seen a T3 unit?
Hesitant answer. Ah, a T3 utility droid would be a common sight in this facility. It is indeed curious that I have not seen many since my arrival. However, I feel I must inform you that, droid prejudice aside, T3 models exhibit excessive individualism when not routinely memory wiped. This individualism can become such a nuisance that even a droid such as myself is tempted to reduce them to their base components, if not crush them into slag. But enough of my seemingly irrelevant tangent. Where did you leave the droid, Master? That would logically be the best place to look.
The unit was last seen near the hangar.
Answer. Ah. Then that would explain why such a T3 unit isn't here, Master. I believe my photoreceptors are functioning adequately enough to verify that. Of course.
What's that body there?
Answer. That is all that remains of the maintenance officer, Master. At the end, he was quite incoherent from the pain, and attempts to facilitate communications with him proved useless. I heard his dying screams as the droids he tended turned on him, mining him like a piece of asteroid rock.
Did he say anything at the end?
Recitation? Oh yes, Master. The record of his last moments were...
5 droids, burning through the outer door. They're forcing their way into the bay. Please, someone there! Oh no, they're through! Oh, my leg! They're burning through my leg! Oh, stop! Stop, please!
Addendum. His remaining attempts at communication are variations in decibel, Master, ranging from frenzied screams to gibbering inarticulate attempts to beg for his life.
I'm looking for a way into the Peragus hangar bay.
Pitying answer. Oh, that is unfortunate, Master. The hangar is sealed behind a containment field. It would be impossible to open it.
Then how did the T3 unit get through it?
Clarifying query. Did the T3 unit go through the door? I regret ignorance of that fact, Master. Although the door could have been opened from the opposite side without much difficulty, a flaw in the emergency lockdown procedure, which the automated systems have most likely corrected.
What about the override codes?
Answer. Only the Peragus administration officer would have such codes, Master. If he hasn't already been murdered in an unfortunate accident, then he is trapped in the dormitory section, which has been effectively cut off from the facility by explosives.
Is it possible to contact him using a comlink?
Apology. Unfortunately, communication with the dormitory section is severed, Master. It is perhaps for the best, especially if any other accidents have occurred in that section. If that were the case, the severed comlink would have spared us the satisfaction of hearing the miners' screams as they lived out their last moments in fear and terror.
Satisfaction, huh?
Rapid retraction. Why, yes, satisfaction in knowing their fate, Master. It would be unfortunate if they had been slaughtered, but there would be a calm, comforting certainty that there is nothing we can do to escape until a ship arrives.
There must be a way to reach them.
Theory. You could walk across the surface of the asteroid to the dormitory airlock, but such a route would be extremely hazardous, and I do not wish to see you damaged.
Those miners could be hurt or in danger. We need to make sure they're all right.
Warning. Master, continued exploration of this facility may place you in unnecessary danger. I encourage you to return to the medical bay and wait for retrieval from a vessel that is no doubt on the way, even as we continue this pointless conversation.
I'm going to find those miners and you're going to help me.
Weary resignation. Very well, Master, but there is very little that I can do. You see, the airlock is sealed by a code.
This keeps getting better and better. Who's got the damn code?
Correction. Oh, I already possess the code, Master, but I am afraid that it will do you no good.
If you have the code, give it to me.
Condescending explanation. Master, the console governing the droid maintenance area and the airlock is voice-printed, musing. In the last days of his life, the maintenance officer was quite careful about voice protocols, bordering on paranoid obsession. Conjecture. I suspect once he realized something was wrong in the facility, he voice-locked the droid bay functions. A prudent measure, but in the end, he met the same fate as the rest of the organics.
But you do know the code.
Condescending explanation. Oh yes, Master. The code is Maintenance Control Voice Print ID R1B5. But unless the maintenance officer speaks the code, it is useless.
Leave condescending out of your speech conditionals from now on, or else.
Placating answer. Oh, of course, Master. I shall endeavor not to forget such descriptors in the future. If I do, I assure you it is merely a result of memory damage I have suffered since our arrival.
You can mimic voices, can't you speak the code?
Objection. Master, to commit such an act would be in violation of the ethics programming most droids are believed to possess. I am afraid there is nothing that can be done.
Persuade with sonic sensor. The fact you can mimic voices is pretty impressive. What would it sound like if you did speak the code to the console?
Proud answer. Master, I believe my vocabulator is working adequately enough to accommodate your request. A recitation. Maintenance Control Voice Print ID R1B5. There. Was that sufficient, Master?
I had some other questions I
Of
want to...
course.
What are you?
Proud answer. I am an HK series protocol droid master, skilled in transorganic relations and communications. This mod has been responsible for the facilitation of communications and termination of hostilities across the galaxy. I am fluent in over 6,000 forms of communication, and am also capable of nuances of expression ranging from irony to veiled threats.
What's the translation droid doing on Peragus?
Irritated explanation. That question has been looping through my query module with alarming frequency, Master, and no satisfactory answer has been forthcoming. As a result, I have chosen instead to turn my efforts to answering the question as to how I may depart this drifting disaster area as quickly as possible.
What have you determined?
Answer. It is only a matter of time before a ship or freighter docks with the Peragus facility. When that occurs, we shall depart this place forever.
I never said you were coming with me.
Placating retraction. Oh, of course, Master. Please excuse my choice of words. I did not mean to imply that you would have no choice in the matter.
How do you know me again?
Answer. I am a survivor of the Harbinger, just as you were, Master. With the unexpected termination of my previous Master, you are the only organic which I may now serve.
Who was your previous master?
Answer. The captain of the Harbinger, Master. I was in transit to Telos to facilitate communications and terminate hostilities. However, we did not arrive at our intended destination.
What happened?
Irritated answer. Oh, Master, it is such a long, dull story, and not terribly relevant to our current situation.
Why don't you tell me anyway?
Hesitant explanation. That has been the subject of
How come I don't remember any of this?
Speculation. It is possible. Recitation. Following the
Any idea what attacked the small freighter?
Evaluation. Master, I do not know.
Well, that does it. Alright, activate the shield. That should help. Okay, more droids. Yeah, you need to blow these up from a distance or else you will take some damage yourself. Okay. Droids! Well, this is unfortunate. Okay, use that med kit. switch to melee. Holy shit, damn it. Plasma mines? Why the hell are there plasma mines? Okay, let's see what supplies lying here.
Maintenance control, voice print ID, R1B5.
Finished the sonic imprint sensor prototype for the mining droids. Everyone knows they need an upgrade. The sensor should allow me to issue voice commands to them rather than manually adjusting their routine each time the mining specifications change. I've been keeping the sensor in the maintenance workshop for the time being. I wanted to test it first by recording and playing back some simple voice commands. Finished my examination of the droids from the Ebon freighter. The T3 unit looked like it had shut itself down. The protocol droid, however, made up for it. It talked my ear off for most of the hour, asking questions about the facility, the personnel, and so on. Still, it wanted to make itself useful, so I put it to work until its master wakes up from the med bay. It seems to have some skills in speaking to droid behavior cores, so... There's been some trouble with some of the mining droids, so I'm signing off. Been speaking to the protocol droid about the Jedi in med bay. I thought they'd all gone away or been killed in the Jedi Civil War. The droid told me that his master's the only Jedi he knows of in all the galaxy, and that the Jedi had served in the Mandalorian Wars almost 10 years ago. That would have meant that the Jedi served under Revan for a time. Maybe the Jedi knows what happened to Revan after the end of the Jedi Civil War. Been too busy to enter a log for a while. There's been more and more accidents since that Jedi arrived. The miners are starting to get restless, especially Corda. Corda said the exchange is offering a huge bounty on Jedi Knights and that we can make a fortune if we sell the Jedi to Nar Shaddaa. Security shot down that idea pretty quick, but I don't think Corda and his men are gonna give up that easy. I mentioned the trouble to the Jedi's protocol droid, and he seemed concerned about his master's safety. I told the droid not to worry. The Corda wouldn't... With the protocol droid's help, I made some upgrades to the sonic imprint sensor, using some of the droid's vocabulator subroutines. In addition to its ability to store and record voices, it now has the droid's full array of alien languages, including Basic. Should prove useful as a portable translator. I tried to make sure the protocol unit got some credit for helping fashion it, but the droid refused, saying the work was reward enough. I was thinking of installing the prototype in one of the mining droids as a test, and see what happens. When the dock officer reported the droids repairing the Ebon, I installed a voice print ID on the droid console system. Someone ordered them to repair that freighter, but I can't find a trace of the order anywhere. If anyone tries that again, they won't be able to do it from this terminal unless I let them. The voice print should cut any user off from the central functions unless I give the code. The maintenance check on the droids didn't help. If anything, the accidents have increased. Security interrogated me about the droids and they weren't too happy with my answers. I don't understand it though. These aren't combat models. They shouldn't even know how to attack. I can't help but think, what if somebody staged the initial trouble with the mining droids just to get them all sent to maintenance, and then did something to them? I think security's right. Someone's trying to sabotage this facility and they're using the droids to do it. But why?
Okay, Let's go talk with Atton. For a second.
Found anything?
I found a talkative protocol droid in the fuel depot.
Yeah? Did you blow it up?
Oh, I thought about it though.
Yeah, well, watch your back. Droids can't be trusted.
And you can?
Look, I could have let you rot in those mining tunnels, and all I get from you is backtalk. You know what? I don't trust you. For all I know, you could have caused all this trouble. In fact, you did, just by being a Jedi. So before you start accusing me of anything, Jedi, maybe you better take a look at what you've done.
The miners may still be alive. They're trapped in the dormitory section.
So they are still alive. But the dormitory comm isn't picking up anything. Is there any way to get to them?
I need to open an airlock, but sealed with the voice print protocol by the maintenance officer.
Voice print? Great. That means he'd have to speak the code. And he's dead, right?
It looks that way.
There's ways to beat voice prints, though. If you can get samples of his voice and the right words, you should be able to fake the voice print code, if you know what it is. You know, I overheard the maintenance officer getting chewed out by the security officer. You might want to check the security office on this level and see if there's any voice samples stored in the logs. And maybe there's samples of the code in the maintenance officer's holologs, if you can find a way to record them.
I have a sonic sensor in the code, I just need to find the right words to record.
That's a start. See if you can find any recordings where the maintenance officer is speaking, and try to piece together the words to unlock the voice print.
I'll return if I find anything. Okay. Well, that's one way. You don't need to persuade the droid in there. There are multiple ways of solving this riddle. I'm going back there. I need to go for the airlock. That conversation is just so fucking tiresome. A lot of the conversations in this game are really fucking tiresome. Okay, I need... Okay. Okay, Costin here on Serious Gaming signing out. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video.